Hi everyone, I'm Kat Kahn from Bay County Public Library here with another episode of Upcycled Origami with Kat. And this time we are doing something that you can use for Thanksgiving decorations. We're going to be folding origami turkeys. Now, a couple of things about these. It's actually kind of simple to fold, except I found out that using the gift wrap kind of paper, it kinds to tear at the end because there's so many folds and thicknesses of paper. And I have actually had to tape up this one. So I really suggest, if you cannot find good strong origami paper like I have, to use like copy paper. You can use any color you want, and go ahead and keep it at the 8.5 square size. That makes one about this size. And this paper holds up to all those extra folds without tearing. But because it's so thick, you should use a good sturdy plastic pen that won't leave marks on your paper. Or if you're crazy like me, you're going to have a special bone folder, which is what I use when I have to do all these hard double, triple thicknesses of paper. Okay, so like I said, the fold is actually kind of easy. So you take your square of paper, and if you have a paper that has color on one side, you want the white side up to start. And you're just going to fold it in half into a rectangle, just like that. Then you're going to open it up, and you're going to fold each of these sides to meet at the center. So just like this. And then this one you're going to fold up this way. I'm just trying to make my folds as neat as possible. Make my edges neat. So you have this. Now, on the top edge here, you're going to fold the open edge down to meet along the center and fold it like this. You're making a point. And you can do the same thing on this side. So it's going to look like this. Now, you're going to fold this edge in to meet along the center. So you're already seeing that it's going to start getting thicker. And you're just going to fold it like this and make your crease like so. And the same thing on this side. So you end up with a shape like this. Now you're going to turn it over to the plain side, and you're going to fold this tip to meet this edge. So it's going to look like this. And I'm always making those creases as sharp as possible. Now you're going to open this up again, okay? And you need to do accordion folds or fan folds. I call them accordion folds. I used to play the accordion when I was a kid. And you're going to fold, you want to make 4 on each side. So it's going to be, with this size paper, it's going to be less than ½ an inch. You just kind of guesstimate and make it as straight as possible. So you're going to make a fold like this, if you can kind of see that, and kind of straighten it as much as possible. Use these lines and creases to help guide you to keep your paper as straight as possible when you're folding. So you make that fold like that, and then you're going to fold the paper back like so. And again, try to keep it straight using the crease lines as your guide. And like I said, you're going to do this 4 times, okay? So that's number 2. Three. Sometimes they won't be quite even. Don't worry, as long as you're getting it pretty close to even, you're good. Okay, I could have actually folded these creases a little bit wider because of the size of my paper. I was going by the 8.5 square paper, and this is about 9. Now you've got your creases. See that? And you've got 4 on this side too. Okay. Now, turn it back over to this side, and you're going to fold your point down with the 8.5 square paper. You're going to fold it about 3/4 to 7/8 of an inch. Okay? Because you're making the turkey's head. So you just fold it like this, and to make that crease sharp, again, I'm going to just run my bone folder. You could use your pen and just kind of run them along the creases. You want to make them nice and sharp. Okay, now you have this. You're going to fold this tip this way. So now you've got your paper lying like this, and you're going to fold this back so that the top of the head just meets at your creases. Okay? So it looks like this. Then you're going to turn it over, and you're going to fold this whole thing over so that this edge is going to meet down at the bottom of your creases. Like I said, I have a little bit left over because of the size of paper that I used. And I just slightly underestimated the size of the creases that I needed for the folds. Okay, so now you have this. This is where it gets hard because this paper is thin. When you're working with the copier paper, it's going to be thicker. So you're going to be folding it in half like this. And if you hold it this way, you want to pull this point out a little bit to make the turkey's beak. Hold the head. So you just fold it out like that. Okay. Hang on right at the front here. And you're going to pull back a little bit, not all the way, just a little bit, so that you can push this up like this, and then take the inner folds, and you're going to push those a little more forward, and you just kind of work with that a little bit to make it look kind of neat. And here is where you want to use some glue. I really recommend some kind of tacky glue that doesn't take too long to dry. Elmer's and school glues tend to be too watery and thin, and you would have to leave this sit for like 2 hours before you could finish opening up. But tacky glue, you might have to wait maybe 10 or 15 minutes. But for our purposes today, I'm using double stick tape. If you have some of this, you can use this too. And what you want to do is put a couple of pieces inside this part so that the turkey's tail feathers will hold together. So I've got my tape in there. Imagine it was glue. And you're just going to stick those together like that. And you're just going to just kind of try to hold at the bottom and just open up fan out the tail feathers like this. We're not quite done, we're almost done. So we do it like that. And then to make the, the turkey has a kind of a wattle thing on its beak. What you do is, the very tip, I kind of just slightly open it up and then press down on that crease. Press it in like that. And then there you go. So you can see how it's hanging down. And there is your turkey. Now sometimes they don't always stand up very nicely, so you might want to lean it up against something. That's why I have a couple of books here that I've leaned my other samples up against. But sometimes they just might. And you can decorate your Thanksgiving dinner table or on your shelf. You can make a whole flock of turkeys in different colors and decorate your dining room or your living room or your bedroom for Thanksgiving. And I hope you all have a great time.